I recently had a former player ask me, "What do we do when campaigns crumble?" They had been playing in a campaign for 2 years that abruptly ended when the DM had to leave. All the unresolved storylines, all the hopes for future sessions, all that potential energy suddenly gone. This is tough, and I'm sure some of you have experienced something like it. Maybe it's not the DM that has to take a leave, but a player that can't make the commitment, or something earth shattering happens to the group schedule. What can be done? Well, first recognize that it's okay to mourn the loss. Accept that in many cases, there's just no way to recapture the formula your group had going before. Characters and storylines can be replaced, but in most cases, people can't. Your long running campaign creates a lot of buildup and stories that feel real, and there's nothing wrong with feeling a real sense of loss. Try to get together and reminisce about the favorite parts of the journey so far. Maybe have a goodbye party for your characters, or one final storytelling session to say what the endings could be so everyone can feel some closure. The second response to a campaign cut short is to ask yourselves what can be salvaged from what remains. Maybe you're going to miss someone and their absence can never be truly replaced in a one-to-one manner, but the show can go on for those who remain. D&D has always been made for characters to jump over into other dungeons and new worlds, so even though you'll lose the old story, it doesn't mean your characters and your group can't have new ones. Someone can take over as DM, or everyone can even take turns so that you help each other collectively tell the story that was once held by one person. That brings us to a quick discussion on how we can prevent this campaign cataclysm from happening. Life happens, and we can't predict when a group may fall apart for different reasons, but we can prepare for the survival of the group or the campaign should we lose one member. Maybe don't put all the creative eggs in one God DM's basket. From early on, you can try sharing responsibilities like map making, note taking, and loot generation so that if you lose the DM, there's still someone with the pieces to put it back together. I know this is hard with D&D since the published elements don't really encourage this kind of collaborative effort, but it is possible if we push ourselves beyond what the books teach us. We can also attempt to end story arcs before we are left with unending odyssey with dozens of unresolved threads. Yes, unending odysseys are cool. I love One Piece, but maybe it's possible to tie up some of those loose ends as you go. Characters can develop, MacGuffins can be found, little bad evil guys can be defeated before the final BVEG. Putting in these smaller endings not only leaves some satisfaction should the campaign end prematurely, but I think we can agree it makes for a better long-term RPG experience overall. Finally, for both the pre and post campaign crumble, remember that you are a group of real people who can help and look out for each other. Check in on your DM, check in on your players. Have a nat 20 day. Bye bye.